Welcome back to Queensland's Great Drives. You know, when you're planning a driving holiday on a state the size of ours, it can be a big undertaking, so sometimes you might need a little bit of help. One thing that's definitely worth recommending is to download a trip app from the Queensland App Store. There's a variety to choose from, and they're useful planning and travel companions for mobile devices. You'll be able to see different driving routes, and how about this? When you drive into a region, a message is automatically sent to your mobile telling you about the attractions in the area. Oh, and it'll also tell you about the local visitor information centre. In most cases, the best and first port of call.
One big drive that offers plenty to see is a trip along the Great Inland Way. It enters Queensland at St George and snakes its way north to Cooktown, some 1,800 kilometres. And what a journey it is, through Roma, Emerald, Charters Towers and plenty more. Victoria Carthew and Kimberly Bustede from Queensland Weekender are picking up the journey in North Queensland's Atherton Tableland.
Mareeba is considered a gateway town to more remote corners of Queensland. In the dry season, those with a wanderlust will venture from here to Weipa and the tip of Cape York, or along the Wheelbarrow Way into Gulf Country.
Hello team. Move off the road. It pays to pay attention to the signs because it did say no fence, watch for stock on the road, and there they are. Exhibit A.
The change in vegetation is pretty obvious as we leave the fruit and veg bowl of the tableland and head into Lower Cape York. Bob's Lookout at the top of the Desailly Range is a convenient place to stop and take it all in.
Wow. It didn't feel like such a climb to end up this high.
I've never actually seen a view like that, you know, that kind of landscape. It's just beautiful. And I can imagine the cowboys on horses with the cows riding through here.
Cowboy country.
For most drivers, the journey would continue further along the Great Inland Way to Cooktown, but we're taking a left turn at Lakeland onto the Peninsula Development Road so we can make our way to Laura.
Laura itself is an outpost with a population of about 100. But every 2 years, traditional owners from all over the Cape join thousands of tourists at its Angnara Festival grounds for an amazing event. Campsites spring up everywhere as the Laura Aboriginal Dance Festival takes shape.
Dancers from the very tip of Queensland, from the remote west coast and from more populated eastern communities meet in the sacred Bora Ring for a corroboree. As artistic director Raymond de Blanco explains it, rivalry is put aside and clans come together as one big happy family to share their music, language and dance with the tourists who join them.
Looking at the kids as well, they're so inquisitive about the other cultures and the other tribes as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're trying to see, oh, that sounds like ours, that's a little bit similar to our movement. So it's about learning the connection of their families.
It's the most interactive history lesson you could have.
Absolutely.
You can see these kids are just born with rhythm. The way that they move, it's just so graceful.
It's, I suppose it comes from the soul, from the heart of it. They've given it from birth. You know, the mothers sing the songs to the kids. So the rhythm, the environment, it really affects how they move in their dance. And yes, of course, it's not something you can put on. It's not like a modern technique or a ballet technique that you can learn. It has to come from within.
And you're really bringing people together, aren't you? Because they're coming from all over and they haven't seen each other for so long.
Absolutely. I think they're bringing themselves together because they know, I need to go home. Everybody feels that. We're all so busy out in, in the real world that we need to find that time and space to actually calm down and really focus on who we are.
Each costume design has been passed down through the ages, from mother to daughter or father to son. And Jenny Creek from Cowan encourages her dancers to make their own.
I said, now, the old people are passing, they're leaving us. We have to get up and start doing things for ourselves. We want the grass skirts, we want the ditty bags. We have to get out there and make them ourselves. When you make them yourself, you wear it yourself, you get out there and dance, you feel much better. And they were very proud of themselves, and I was so proud of them. Before we dance any dance, we always get permission of the elder. And it's only right, it's respect to ask the owner of that dance, we can dance it.
G'day! Spider-Man. It's as traditional as it gets, isn't it, Jenny?
The non-Indigenous members of the audience are a really interesting cross-section, and it's lovely that there are several family groups that have brought 3 generations here.
Do you think this is a side of Australia a lot of people don't really know, and it's just such a great educational experience?
I think so. You know, the kids see so much of the urban Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture, but to come to the Cape and to experience what is really a clan gathering and family gathering, it's just so good for them to see that kids are kids are kids.
The next Laura Aboriginal Dance Festival will be held between the 19th to the 21st of June. It's definitely worth basing a drive holiday around.